Hey, Steve.
Bill, good to see you. Are you back home or still
Good to
in
be.
California?
I am in Southern Oregon.
All right.
I am in Central Point.
Holly,
Right.
welcome back, Hollywood.
Yeah. Thanks. Good to be back.
Hi, Gene.
Still, hey, how's it going? I'm tweaking my
Good.
visuals here. Hang on a second.
Can you
Alright, come
reposition your
on.
microphone so it's not so close to your fan?
Um, Mom, would you stand back away from the fan? Mom, would you stand back from the mic, please? Old vaudeville joke here. Give me a second. I will do that in a second. All right. So I got.
So I hope there's sound all right.
Hello, Larry.
Hey, what's going on?
I'll just turn it on when I'm muted. Larry, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Sweet. I just got my second Pfizer shot yesterday, so my left arm's a little.
Just got my third.
Third, baby.
I got
Going
my first one in January.
right on.
We're early then. Yeah.
It was at the Expo Center.
Ah, right. Back when it was easy. I had to wade through some Rite Aid. Their website is so awful. It's like it says, walk-ins welcome. You walk in. Oh, no, sorry, you got to schedule it. Oh, okay. Well, can I schedule one? No, you got to do that online. So I got to ride back home and do it online. Come back again. And then they,
Yeah.
the night before my appointment for my second one, they just sent me an email. Your appointment's been canceled. There's no explanation whatsoever. There's a reschedule link. So I reschedule and I look at the next day when my appointment was, and it's like all these slots are open. So I'll just take the same slot again. Maybe it was a glitch. So I do that right out there. Oh no, the nurse isn't here today. Okay. So meanwhile, they just automatically rescheduled me for the following day, and I thought, well, is that real or not? And he's like, no, I don't see any mention of that. So I mean, like literally, it was about 10 emails back and forth telling me this was confirmed, that was confirmed. Finally, I just got it, and I was like, okay, Jesus, this is a little maddening, but that's life.
Oh, we just walked into Asante, got our boosters.
Well, see, you were for the boost. Yeah, well, I'm in Ashland, and there's only one place to do it out here, and that's Rite Aid. And so I just have to wade through their website, which is just seems like it would be really easy to correct.
We got turned one Fred Myers.
What's that?
We got turned away from one Fred Myers. We got another Fred Myers.
Aisle 6 vaccinations.
But see, I had Pfizer and my wife has Moderna, so we had to get and one had Pfizer and the other one didn't, so we had to go to the.
Probably a good idea to have your family, different, just in case there's any difference. You don't all get hit by the same exact thing. And my wife and father-in-law both did Moderna. I just happened to do Pfizer.
Well, we did what was available.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Mm.
All
Do you get forks sticking to your head or anything like that?
What's that? What'd you say, Steve?
Do you get metal objects sticking to your body or anything?
Well, they've been doing that all my life. So.
Is that supposed to happen next?
I am magnetic.
Oh, that's what the anti-vaxxers
that
are
happened
claiming.
in Japan, Moderna.
It makes you magnetic?
Yeah.
It gives you a superpower? Paper clips.
Yeah.
Oh, you could be
right.
You could be like a Jedi when it comes to paper clips.
It's like what's
There's limitless potential there.
Oh yeah.
If we're gonna modify the species, we might as well do it in a positive way.
Well, in a sense, if all the anti-vaxxers got it, and half of them, God forbid, passed away, the IQ of the whole planet would, come up a little bit. I don't mean to be too mean, though. I didn't get one for the longest time. It just didn't feel right. And while it didn't feel right, shut the fuck up about it. It was a personal decision. It was. These guys who are all railing constantly about this is a personal decision. I'm like, yeah, it is. Shut up. If it's personal, keep it to yourself. That's what I did. And now that I am vaccinated, you know what I'm doing online? Nothing. It's like, it's a personal decision. I do it. It's for me. I mean, I understand why people feel the way they do, but if you say it's a personal decision and then you are broadcasting that far and wide and telling everybody else what to do with their personal decision, it seems like you don't. It doesn't seem too personal to me.
Well, that rule applies to a lot of things.
Yeah, right.
Starting
Well, it
with
could be a
religion
personal
and
decision to set that town on fire. I mean,
That's a personal decision.
that's not a good argument, in other words.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, it's
I
a
don't know.
community decision. It affects the community, affects school kids. La la la.
One way that it affects the community, that a lot of people who are pro-vax and pro-masks and pro-everything else is that, and I don't hear it argued very much. I do occasionally, although I don't really get into arguments because there's not much point. I mean, literally, I've never been convinced of hardly anything on Facebook, and I've never seen anyone convinced by anything. I mean, people pretty much feel the way they feel. But to me, one of the major community arguments is, hey, look, if you want to take your chances with the Rona, right? You want to take your chances with it. You want your immune system to go into the fight with it with no sparring partners. You've never seen anything like this. You don't know what the hell this thing is, right? As opposed to the vaccine, which makes you familiar with the moves of the Rona, basically. It's like a sparring partner in that it gives you experience with it before it shows up, right? So if you want to do that, I get it. That's your call. You want to face this thing without a sparring partner? Good luck to you. Seriously, I wish you well against it. However, if you don't win that fight, if you lose that fight, or if you win it barely and have a strong enough case to pass it on, and other people get it, and other people get it, and of a certain percentage of those people are going to end up in the hospital. And the hospitals are full right now. So if I break my leg on my bike, I can't get in. I'm going to be in an alley, or in the hallway, or I'm going to be in the parking lot, or I'm going to be in some satellite place with my broken leg waiting to be treated. So that's how it's a community issue for me. It's like, I want there to be a bed there if I get sick. I got 2 friends who are waiting for hernia surgeries, can't get in because there's no surgeries being done. I have a nurse friend who's a post-op nurse, and she's all COVID. Everybody's all hands on deck for COVID. So all those surgeries are canceled. So I see kids skateboarding, carving these crazy curves down this steep hill in front of me in the park, and they're acting like there's a hospital waiting for them if they get crashed. I mean, there literally isn't a bed for you right now, and you're going to end up in a hallway with your broken leg. They're going to go, well, we're doing triage here. You're not likely to die. You're just likely to be in excruciating pain for the next 6 hours. But go ahead, we'll take your chances. So to me, it's like the one of the big community arguments is right now, especially, is don't end up in the hospital. So if you're not vaccinated, really stay the hell home.
Yeah.
And just right now, till this thing blows over, because it's a long way from blowing over. We had 600 cases in one day over the weekend.
Really?
Got a
Yeah.
new thing.
Here in the valley?
Yeah.
Jackson
yeah,
County
that's
record.
true. Yeah,
Bill, your
we're
thing is breaking up quite a bit.
Well, sorry about that.
I'm just now it's okay. Yeah.
You're on my iPad and it's Wi-Fi, so.
Okay.
it's a little,
Yeah.
little
A little
sporadic.
choppy here and there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm going to keep my
That's good
distance
to see you, Bill.
regardless.
Yeah.
And Larry too. Larry is also here. I'm so happy to see Larry. It's been a while.
He
Are you
kind
gonna
of
play,
dropped out
Larry?
here. I don't know what's going on.
He might have stepped away from his
His
camera.
screen's still up. I think he's just muted. I hope Larry's gonna play though. And
Well,
also, where is Kenny on vacation? Or because since he hasn't been here the last 2 ones, is he?
I don't know. Anybody know?
What's up?
We saw him Sunday,
We did see him Sunday, yeah.
Oh, good.
and how's your volume tonight, Gus? I can barely hear you.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah, you're coming in real light. Well, welcome everybody.
Thanks.
Kind of a unusual situation when we can barely go outside. I had to do some outside work this morning. I was on a tractor mowing about 3 acres of weeds.
Whoa.
And I wore an N95 mask, but boy, it's just
Where are you at?
brutal.
Yeah.
It's over towards Central Point.
Right.
My-
You know, it really matters where you are. I mean,
Yeah.
yesterday it was clear enough. I don't do anything too exertive. I teach in the park, Tai Chi, pretty low breathing level, and I got the park and the stream to kind of help, and I'll do that. But if it's smoky, then I won't do. I mean, I have a little park loop that I like to ride home. It's like a steep hill that I ride around the upper Lithia Park and then back to my place, and I did it yesterday because the air was clear enough to do that. But when I round this one curve and I can look right down the valley at Medford and
Yeah.
points north there, it was hazy as hell. But right where I happened to be, you know, it was like a wall that kind of just kept it off for a little bit. So it's our usual microclimates really also can affect where the smoke is hitting you. But yeah, it can be
So,
pretty bad.
yeah, it was probably about air quality index 26 when I started, and it was about 166 when I
Right.
finished up. In a
right.
matter of just a few hours, you could see the cloud just move through. It was awful.
Wow.
But
In,
anyway,
in
I'm
Reno
inside.
in Reno the other day, I think it was over 300.
It hit close to that the other day here. But it comes in waves, and it just...
Yeah.
uh,
You
Anyway,
strike while the iron's hot, and then you get. You do
There's
what
a
you
site
need to
out.
do.
There's a site out there called Purple Air, and it'll tell you by the minute what's going on. And there's about 50 sensors here in Jackson County, and you can buy a sensor for $250, hook it up to it. But the variation has been, I've seen it from 5 to 150 in a matter of 10 minutes, and have a whole mess of sensors confirm that. And when I look at some of these places around Redding and down in Tahoe right now is 500, 600.
Yeah,
700.
yeah. Tahoe area. A friend of mine had a celebration of life for his brother who passed away, and they did it. Let's see, what day is not. They did it last weekend, and they just lucked out. It was you know, it was smoky, but it was mild, and just as everybody left and went home, and then it was like the level you're talking about. So you just got to
It
do what
varies
you
by the
need.
minute. That's this purpleair.com will tell you what's going on and can help you understand when you can start going outside again. It's amazing how much it varies.
All those individual sensors are hooked up to that one website.
Yep.
Oh, what a great idea! So if you buy one, you're actually part of the network.
You are. It's the same thing as Wonderground. I have a Wonderground weather station here, and it's on Wonderground is Boot Hill, Oregon, and the same thing with these sensors. You buy the sensor, hook it up to your computer, and it'll broadcast all the time and tell everybody what's going on at your end of the world. And it
Blue,
pictures
purple what?
Purple Air. Purple
Air. And you don't need
.com.
one to just go to the site. You can just
No.
just
take
look
the
at-
map, and you can look all over the country and just go take a look at what's going on in Tahoe.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, if you happen to be near one that's in the wind pattern of your area, I mean, like there's a fire, wind, and then you, which happens to us periodically. The year of the Biscuit Fire, it was like the wind was
Oh God, that was terrible.
perfect for us. Yeah, it was like being in a poker game all
The
summer
silver
long.
fire too was bad.
Yeah, but you know, there's only so much fuel out there, and a lot of this is coming from years, decades, and decades. Of
There you go.
you know,
Think we should just have a big burnout and get it all over with?
No, because that'll jack the carbon up too fast. You know, just let it out there. I mean, I'm just saying, if it has to burn, at least that area won't burn again.
Oh yeah, it will. Oh yeah.
Well, you know, eventually, but like a lot of the
No,
big
it's more
trees-
likely to burn because the trees are down, there's no more shade, and grass burns faster than trees.
Yeah, but a grass fire is not nearly as bad as a forest fire. I mean, it's just not so much smoke.
Until it hits a building.
Until it hits a building, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a
I
lot
got
of
one thing to say about it though. In the end run, one of the things that's going on about the pandemic is that, you know, the old saying is you can fix ignorance, but you can't fix stupid.
Ron White.
But I think that COVID can fix stupid.
Oh, by culling them? That may be the answer.
Yes,
I mean,
I think it is.
I gotta say, you know, I don't like to wish suffering on other people, and I always feel bad for their families. But when somebody who is a loud, public mocker
Yes.
then gets sick and goes down, and then is begging people to get the vaccine from their hospital bed on their deathbed, I can't. Parts of me just smile. I can't help it. I mean, it's dark, but I'm like, yeah, right, dude.
You're not alone.
No, you're not.
You don't. They don't understand. There's something that they didn't understand. Should have gotten back in junior high school. They don't understand the power of the jinx. It's like, no, seriously. I'm not saying it's the universe spanking you, but when you declare something like that, your unconscious mind jinxes you back. I mean, you say something out loud, like you say, if you think I'm never going to get this, my immune system is really strong and I'm just lucky and I'm never going to get it. That's great. But if you say that out loud, and publicly, like a lot, you're going to get it. You're going to get it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's called hubris.
Yes, exactly. And your own subconscious, subconscious will fuck you up. Well, your own unconscious mind will make sure you get it, because your unconscious mind understands hubris. Well, God's through your unconscious mind.
They'll take little clay figures of you and put them in an arena.
Right. And it does it through your own subconscious mind. You know, just because it's your own subconscious mind doesn't mean it's also not the God's. So, I keep my mouth shut about stuff like that. When I've got in baseball, when a guy's got a no-hitter going, after the 4th inning or 5th inning, no one says a word about it. You don't even mention it.
Can't talk about it.
Yeah, why? Because if you mention it, it'll put him in his head and he'll jinx himself. It's this. If you're playing tennis with somebody and he's kicking your ass, just ask him, what are you doing differently? You're playing so well today. And he starts thinking about it, and it's over. You're gonna start getting points. Seriously.
That's devious, Gene. That's devious.
It's the jinx, man. You gotta everybody knows that. You don't say it out loud, man. So if you think I can get by without the vax, you shut up.
Oh, let's hear some music out there.
Gus, your mic is distorting a little bit. It sounds overdriven.
Teeny bit. When when your voice peaks, it goes a little bit.
All right, I'll watch that here. I'll pull it back a little bit.
So, farmers market's been going great.
Sweet.
This Sunday who knows? Have you heard anything, Gus, as far as cancellation?
I haven't.
Anything from 2 to 600.
Yeah. He was most concerned about heat and smoke. So I kind of figure we're probably on for this weekend. But we'll be pretty masked, strenuous. We were last week, and we'll have to continue that. So.
Right. Well, when it's smoky, even anti-maxers can they have some cover. They could wear a mask that says strictly for the smoke.
And I think you could sell those to the right-wing sites, and say that you're supporting some sort of a Trumpian authority figure program, and rake in the dough, man. It's just
Trump supporters for smoke.
Yeah, just for the smoke. Yeah. Vote Trump.
This one.
Oh, there you go. I like that. A little. Who are those guys again?
This is Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes. You're right. Hey, R.I.P. Charlie Watts, my friends.
Oh yeah.
That's a tough one. I love the Stones, but Keith has got this expensive winos side project, and his drummer in that band is going to take over. Forget his name. Steve Jordan. He's going to take over, and especially with the Stones. I mean, you need a drummer who's in Keith Richards' head.
They're the rhythm section. Yeah.
Right. So the fact that he's already played with Keith for years, it means that it'll be a relatively easy transition.
Sound-wise, yeah.
Yeah. But those guys, man, I know Keith's never going to die, but the other ones, I don't know, man. Oh, Keith's
Yeah.
only getting stronger. You know what?
They're
they
also
have-
they're just
ahead.
sticks, all of them. I mean, they're just
They're in
skinny,
shape.
skinny little English guys.
From the neck down, man, they are in. Keith and Mick are in shape, man. They got trainers, man. They look much younger. I mean, from the neck up, you know. I have a song where I say, it's all about all the people I want to be, and one of them is I want to be Keith Richards and play whatever I wanna, even if I have to look like a honey glazed iguana. To me, that's exactly what he looks like. Like if he just glazed up an iguana. But yeah, they're one of my favorite bands. I love the Stones, and I wish them all well, man. It's tough to lose your drummer.
Yeah, he had pretty big shoes for a little guy.
Yeah, no shit,
Yep.
man. You guys know the story about Mick? I forget what the timing of it, but Mick called Charlie Watts up on the phone, woke him up in the middle of the night, said he was drunk or whatever. Said, "Where's my drummer? Where's my drummer?" And Charlie supposedly got up, showered, shaved, put on a suit, went to his room, opened the door, popped him in the face, and said, "You're my lead singer. Don't ever call me your drummer."
Not even lead, just you're my singer.
You're my singer. You're my singer. Exactly. You know the difference between a lead singer and a terrorist? The terrorist shows up on time, brings his own equipment, and you might be able to negotiate with him.
Here's the Charlie Watts story.
Great.
Here's a Charlie Watts story that has to do with songwriting, which is, I think that's what we're about here.
Yep.
Anyway, Keith Richards was interviewed about writing songs, and he talks about how him and Mick would get together and they'd hash out this. I'd have a lyric or a riff, and he'd have a lyric, and blah blah. And then Charlie would come in and show us how the song really goes.
Yep. Oh,
I never really focused much on it until the last several years, and yeah, I've underappreciated Charlie Watts for his jazz influences mainly. I kind of like that.
Right.
It's a much lighter sound than some heavy guy like John Bonham or somebody. But,
Yeah, it's also almost it's more of an instrument in jazz,
Yeah.
rather than a timekeeper.
He holds the sticks like a trained drummer, up like this, rather than like hammers.
Right. I mean, him and Ringo both unorthodox for rock bands, and I think Ringo is very underestimated. I mean, underrated. I have a drummer friend who does my engineering, and he said, I can play literally every single thing Ringo ever played. There's nothing in his chops that I don't have, and I'm just a local drummer. But I never would have made half of those choices. The choices that he makes, where he puts how he plays a song
He's
is...
left-handed and playing a right-handed kit.
There you go. Yeah.
And so his timing is a little different than the normal drummer, and so he makes the different choices, like you say.
Right. Listen to "Here Comes the Sun." I mean, without the drums, that would just be almost a throwaway little folk song. I mean, there's nothing much to that song. But it's just Ringo. Go. He only had one
Good,
solo,
yeah.
only one drum solo in the history of the Beatles.
On Abbey Road.
All right. Oh yeah. You're gonna be my dream. Oh, love it. You never gotten away. Sorry.
Thanks, Gene. We love the Beatles too.
Do you guys read the sneak preview? Do you read the sneak preview? Well, in the back of the sneak preview, there's a little profile, and they pick somebody from town, and they ask them the same 20 questions. And one of them is always, "What's your favorite Beatles song?" And I'm the profile guy for September. So they ask, "What's your favorite Beatles song?" And I said, "Favorite Beatle or Beatles song?" And I said, I'm one of the very, very few people who is thoroughly sick of the Beatles, so I'm going to have to go with Billy Preston on this one.
Or George Martin. Yeah. So let's move on business-wise. I've got a couple of things. I will not be able to host on the 24th which is the fourth Friday of September.
September.
Would anyone like to host the fourth Friday open mic for September?
Can't commit.
Typical man.
My show wrapped last week, and that's why I'm home in Central Point. But I'm going back for another tour of duty.
I could do it. I would love it if someone else would do it who hasn't done it, so that we have more people with experience doing it. But I will do it if nobody wants to. No.
I want, I just can't.
Okay, no worries. What about you, Fritjof? You wanna host on the 24th?
I can't. Like, my internet is slow also, so I wouldn't want to rely on it. Is the main thing. And
Mine's a little sketchy too, but I'm I'm gonna get a new computer at some point, which might just completely kill me. So I'll just, let's just say I'm doing it, and then if anybody else would like to do it, or if any members express interest in doing it, Steve, if you talk to someone else who wants to do it, I would love it if almost all of us had experience doing it. Would be really great if any one of us could step in and do it. I think that would just be good. But I'll take this one.
All right, Gene. Thank you. I'll put you down for the 24th of September.
Right, and you'll send me the link thing and all that stuff. I don't know how to start a meeting. Or
yes, you do. You've done it before.
I did it before.
Yeah,
No, I know how to start. I don't know how to send out the invitations and the link and get all that stuff. So I didn't do any of that.
We'll handle that.
Yeah, great. Do that stuff, and I'll do the rest. I saved your message and your information and all that stuff. So.
Oh, okay. You were instructed to destroy all that. All right. Okay, and then so we're moving in. This is August. Moving into September, October, November, December, the last quarter of the year. And I'd like to start maybe inviting some new folks maybe to join us here, even non-members of SOSA, at least for a trial period on the last quarter. And I thought we just kind of open it up and see who shows up, as long as we focus on original material like we've been doing.
How would that work? Do we just share the link with people that we personally invite?
No, I don't know. I think I'd probably personally invite somebody, or if you know somebody, I wouldn't just throw it out publicly.
No, I mean share the link with that person, like the link for the meeting. Like if I have a songwriting friend, I say, hey, this is going on. Here's the link to the meeting. You can join through this link, like that way of doing it. Yeah,
that would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could each have we could say like, here's the link to the meeting. You can invite 3 or 4 people or whatever to a given thing, so that we don't have 40 people joining.
Yeah. Well, I don't expect everybody to join or everybody to be that interested, but songwriters, that's what I think this group is about, personally.
I could probably scare up a person or two from my Goose connections.
Yeah, just kind of. We have fun here, I think, and it'd be nice with a few new people. Nothing against you, Gene, but
I think that's a great idea.
Are we thinking just people like Southern Oregon?
Not necessarily, but I guess I hadn't thought that through. But I have a few friends that I think would enjoy it, but up until I guess I've always had the impression that it's more of a membership-only thing.
Yeah. And
I'd rather, at least for the last quarter of the year, just run an experiment and see maybe if we could get a few more interested people.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be great. I'd look through my contacts and I'd zero in on a few like songwriters who are serious and whose work I like, and say, hey, would you like to come to this SOSA thing? And you could just log on to the meeting and play a song or two like everybody else and just check it out. And, yeah.
Then we'll sign them up and get their $20 out.
Yeah.
No obligation, but bring your credit card. Well, don't take credit. Bring $20.
First meeting's free.
Anyway, I think we'll try that.
Sounds
so
good.
if you have some friends that you'd like to maybe invite if they're interested in songwriting and maybe performing a song or two. Yeah, it'd be great.
Cool. I was particularly liking the horse lady who's not here at this time. I forget her name. Jody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatively
yeah.
new person.
Yeah.
She did a little set at our Goose one a couple weeks ago. That was cool. Yeah, I like new voices. Just
Really
it's always
good.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. I think she's set for the farmers market if the weather permits.
Cool. I'd love to see Darren play with us more. He seems to have dropped out of this for a little while.
He's playing Sunday.
He's playing this.
I know it. He's playing out there. He had an open mic scheduled for a little while there, but then I think he canceled last time. This Delta's just going nuts right now. I would not be inside in any. I mean, I go to shopping and I get out of there. It's just too crazy right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nuts. It may prove to be a blessing how fast and crazy it's going. It might just push us over but it's going to come at a cost. It's too bad. Yeah, not a good time to clean your gutters, or go an extra 5 miles an hour, or cut that corner, or do any seriously, man, it's just not a good time to take a physical risk.
Yeah.
Not a good time for a high-speed chase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who has everybody's songwriting been going? Anybody have some new material? I don't, and so throwing it out there so I don't feel so bad.
We had a couple that I've been playing for like 2 weeks nonstop, but only one of them's new.
All right.
One that's like sort of new, sort of recycled, but different format.
All right.
That's kind of what I've been playing with, is taking songs and trying to restructure the rhythm, or just play with a different guitar, maybe just to get a different sound and maybe take it a different direction. But doesn't mean it's better or worse than the first version, I guess.
Right.
But
I found a bunch of papers from college and a bunch of songs, so I'm looking through those. But also I've written 3 new ones, sort of, but only one is really finished. Yeah, except for chords, But
all right.
I'm not going to play those in that.
I recently finished a song that I started in 1976.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen over here. 76, dude.
Yeah, I was me and my buddy were hitchhiking to Reno, from Sacramento to Reno. I won't tell you how we got there, but I started this song, and I came up with a couple of lines, and I wrote them down. And I stumbled upon those lines, and I wrote the rest.
Sweet.
Cool.
I'm nudging a bunch of things gently forward. I'm for these things. I'm still playing. I'm playing new songs, meaning this year, but not new, meaning like right now, fresh. I'm still catching up to the present. So these are songs that I wrote earlier in the year that I'm going to play tonight. But they're new, they're unrecorded, but they're just not brand new.
Yeah.
Cool. And Larry, are you still there? Are you going to play?
No, I guess not. All right.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
I'm not going to play.
Okay.
I'm not able to play today.
Okay,
No
cool.
worries.
It's so good. Larry, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy to see you here.
I'm just hearing him, but I feel the same way.
so, who wants to kick it off? Bill, you were here first.
Any number but first. Are we doing 1 songs or 2, Steve?
Let's do 2. And then if we are running early, we'll maybe go around again. But we've talked for a half hour, so.
Well, as you know, I've been in Hollywood for the last 3 months, and right now, 2 of my ukuleles and 2 of my guitars are in Hollywood. So I'm using a borrowed ukulele, and this is what I've been working on lately. All the places I've woke up in, not all of them were home. Unfamiliar faces, times I was alone. The times that I remember, the times that felt so right, were the times that I held you through the night. The times I called you sweetheart, the times I held you near, the times you were beside me, the times I called you dear, the times between the times before, the times we had just a little more, times we had a little less, the times we would have to guess, the times that I remember best, what felt so right, were the times that you held me through the night.
These don't work at all, and they're plugged in. And this
I'd
is
play
not.
more, but Margery is mic is hot.
Oh,
Turn your
I'm
mic
sorry,
off.
shit. I'm
That's a
sorry.
good,
That's all right.
Sorry, that was a failure on the host
Yeah,
watch.
Phil, you could have muted her, but you know so that's what I've been playing over and over and over and over again.
You shared that just the uke part a few weeks ago.
Yeah, well, you
I think
asked
you
what I've been working on, and I said that was the
right. I think you played that one in the van. Yeah, yeah.
lyrics
Yeah.
yet. Not got lyrics.
Sweet. I like it. I like where you're going with
I
that.
will.
It's
I
got
don't
a
know.
gentle. It's got a gentle pressure to it towards the listener. I like that.
Thanks. So everything else is old. The other one that I've been playing, I think I did play for you, was Infernal Combustion. Did I do that one for you guys?
Sounds familiar.
I don't remember it, Bill. Love
Well,
to hear it.
You're going to hear it again. Everybody mute. The race in life is full of strife, and I'm sick of my V8. My piston shot's gone to pot. The timing's kind of late. I swore that I'd never race again. That infernal combustion engine. The girls the track get on my back, you know, it gives them a scare. Every time they see yours truly in intensive care. The steeplechase, figure 8, Ontario Speedway. Daytona stock, my life's in hock, I've raced about every way. But I swore that I'd never race again. Give up life of heartbreak and sin. I swore that I'd never race that engine again. That infernal combustion engine. I was driving number 45 when my wheels began to slide. As my car went through that bar, I knew this was my last ride. Before my eyes, I realized my life was on display. The devil would exact his due. Along come Judgment Day. I swore that I'd never race again. Give up a life of heartbreak and sin. I swore that I'd never race that engine again. That infernal combustion engine. Oh, the racing life is full of strife. I'm sick of my V8. Piston shot, gone to pot. Timing's kind of late. Windows cracked, things cracked, paint's begun to peel. Muffler's dragging on the ground, loose nut behind the wheel. I swore that I'd never race again. Give up a life of heartbreak and sin. I swore that I'd never race that engine again. That infernal combustion engine. That infernal combustion engine.
All right.
That's the one I started in the summer of 1976.
Ah, that makes sense.
Well, did you ever race again?
Was that?
Did you ever race again?
No.
I became a professional driver.
I became a professional driver, and I get paid by the hour, so I go real slow.
So it's just safer. I thought you were going to have a line about something about going to hell where you get eternal combustion.
Eternal.
I thought
They
that's
did
what it
say
was
that
too.
fact is due come Judgment Day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That was nice, Bill. What kind of ukulele are you playing?
This is an Oscar Schmidt, like most of mine. This one has a low G. It's my wife's ukulele, but I have one similar to it. Exact same model, just mine has a high G.
An Oscar Schmidt, huh?
Oscar Schmidt. They're made by Washburn, and I have a Washburn guitar.
Oh, really? That used to be an actual German brand. I bought a classical guitar in Germany that was an Oscar Schmidt.
Yeah. Well, Washburn bought them about 30 years ago or something.
There you go. Yeah, that'd have been 50 years ago.
All right. Well, thanks.
Washburn is a different company than when it started making guitars, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. They've been what do you call it? They almost went bankrupt and somebody else bought them, and they're still making really nice guitars. So I have a semi hollow body electric upstairs. It's really, really nice. I used to have a steel string acoustic.
Yeah, I have an old 1950s Washburn, I think it is. I should play that.
1899. Nice.
What? 1899. No way. Really?
Same with Epiphone, right? They were their own company for a
Yes,
minute,
they were.
this
They
and
were.
that, and so when you have one of these particular types of guitar that's not one of the long standards like Gibson, Guild, Martin, if you're into that guitar, it kind of matters what year it was, which configuration was behind that, you know. Yeah, but
it even matters with the big brands. You got the pre-64 Fenders, you've got the post-92 Gibson flat tops and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, the pre-war Martins are, you know, a lot of them are from trees that are extinct now. Like there are no rosewood trees at that age anymore or whatever. And the main thing though, I think, is just to get a guitar that sounds good and that you like, because man, you can have the exception. Like I don't like Ovations. Like 99% of Ovations sound awful to me, but that 1%, unbelievable. Like every once in a while, for whatever reason, the plastic or the graphite or whatever the hell, something clicks and it's like all good. And I've seen guitars that were literally plywood $50 thrift store guitars that sound really, really good.
Yes.
So if you got the one where the molecules lined up or whatever, like, you got it. So the main thing is, how does it play? Because also I've seen and heard very, very pricey guitars that I thought, this is not worth anywhere near this kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Can you guys hear me okay, my speaking voice?
Yeah.
Sounds good, Gene.
Sounds great.
Can I do a little sound check here?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh, well, let's do a Stones thing. I heard today at the reception.
Sounds fine. Good balance.
All right, cool. All right.
Now we'll get a copyright infringement on YouTube.
Oh,
no,
God.
that was fair use. That was fair use.
Yeah, we had one a few weeks ago on your Hey Jude.
Oh, that's different though. That was a whole song.
Are you kidding?
which is so great because it's an I'm sick of the Beatles song and they want to put ads on it. I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
All right, your turn.
Okay. So again, I'm playing songs that I wrote earlier in the year, and I'm just catching up slowly to the present. These are two I wrote probably 5-6 months ago, and this first one's pretty serious. As I mentioned before, and I'll just briefly say again, the way my songwriting process works right now, because of the just not playing out, I write a song, I get it in shape, I get a decent version of it, I play it for the open mic at the Wild Goose, a virtual, and I play it here. But mainly the Goose one, I can get a better quality because I'm recording it on my own computer, and I post it on my YouTube channel, and then I forget all about it and move on to the next one because there's nowhere to play it, and there's no point in keeping it, current, because it doesn't. I'm not playing the song, so I move on to other stuff, and then when it's getting time to record, which I'm getting close to, I'm getting close to the number of songs where I go, okay, it's time to record this. Then I go back and watch those videos, and then I put the final touches on the songs because there's no point in putting them on there 6 months before I record because I'm going to forget it anyway. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm waking these songs up. I just kind of taught myself these two songs earlier this week just to refresh because I hadn't played them since I wrote them. So I'm in the process now of just the last finishing touches of just how long the break is and where and what I'm going to do on the guitar, and so this is, I'm in the midst of that process. I'm not done yet, so you'll hear some stuff that maybe is melodic. This one is a tricky one because it's certain songs you kind of create a spell, and if the spell breaks, the song, you have to start all over again in a way to get that spell going again. So other songs have such a structure that if you could just start in the middle of the song, or you could drop something out or put something back and it would still work. Whereas some songs are very, very spelly, I call them anyway. So this is one of those. So if I screw up this rhythm, then the spell kind of gets, you're thinking about something other than the spell, and then you have to find it again. So it'll take a little while to get this one really in the pocket, but it's a kind of a serious song. Some of you might remember my good friend Tipo Varnado, who was a poet and spoken word artist, told stories, sung. I always think of him as more of a songwriter and a lyricist than a poet. He wasn't like an academic poet. He was a performing poet, and he started the Rogue Valley, the Rogue Poetry Slam here, which ran for many, many years. Put his own money into the kitty every week to help keeping it going, and paid for ads himself, and made T-shirts himself, and did everything. And he was a very high-rank competitor in a sense locally before he started once he started the Poetry Slam, he became the slam master and didn't compete anymore. He just shared his stuff. But when he was competing, he did very well, and he did not do hip-hop style or street poetry. He did rhyming poetry similar to like what was the Alaskan the shooting of Sam McGrew, sorry, the cremation of Sam McGee, that guy. I always forget his name, but he did those kind of poems. Anyway, this is a song about Tipo. Say he had a darkness, you could say he had a light. You could say the two of them were always in a fight. You could say it's human nature to be split down to the core. You could blame it on his teachers, but me, I blame the war. Be so young and have to see the things he had to see. They made a man out of the boy, but they left the boy to bleed. You can say it's human nature close a painful door. You could blame it on his chemistry, but me, I blame the war. Say he was a hero, you could say he was a pawn. You could say that he was both and neither when he was drunk and gone. You could say it's human nature to pace the midnight floor. You can blame it on his weakness, but me, I blame the war. Walk the wall in silence. You can read the other names. No matter how they come back, they don't come back the same. With every poem and story, every whisper, every road, took it on himself, but me, I blame the war. Say he had a darkness, you could say he had a light. You could say the two of them were always in a fight. You could say it's human nature to think and eat their oars. You can blame it on the preachers. For me, I blame the war. Another world, who knows? In another world, who knows? In another world, who knows? I can't
That's
hear
real
it.
nice, real nice.
There it is.
Nice, Gene.
That,
I
that,
like
that really is bears a lot towards him. He does.
Thank you.
He was really involved in and greatly affected by the war, and had a lot of his poetry really
Right.
reflected on that.
Yeah, it was a huge part of his life.
Big part.
There were a lot of factors that went into how he lived, both positive and negative, but it's just hard for me to believe his life would have been anything anywhere near as difficult as it was without the war in there.
The war was, and that song just hits on it so often. It's I saw that in my dad. World War II had a profound effect on him, and like so many other people, he participated in a lot of it, and it really screwed him the rest of his life.
Yeah. So
Tipo adjusted. He got out there and he was forward about it and recognizing what was going on, but it was still a big part of it of him.
Just the conflict in him was he had I do think he had a split inside himself, and some of it's human nature and some of it's chemistry and some of it's all these other things, but the war drove those things, like split them completely apart. It was almost like he was two people in there. And it was tough on us out here who wanted to support him. So we all just took that as part of, it's just the cost of being friends with a remarkable person. And that's what it was. And, he passed right before pandemic started. And I was just talking with a friend today, and we were both saying, that was just a perfect timing on his part, because, he was on oxygen, and he would have been such low-hanging fruit. He would have hated doing nothing but sitting around and not being able to perform and get, and all that stuff. And as it happened, it was about as good a time as any to exit. So, yeah. So, one more here. This one is, I gotta say, I'm proud of this one. Oh, by the way, that last one finished on the major seventh chord. That was just kind of a experiment on my part, because I just wanted to change the musical tone completely, because I'm saying, like, in another world without the war, and just shift it over to just some open jazz chord that doesn't resolve. So I just thought I would throw that in. This one, that's a tiny bit of originality. This one is I think this one has a twist. There's a twist to this lyric that I just really, really like. I'm just really proud of, because I just haven't heard a song like this. Which is unusual, because a lot of times I write songs that are like other songs. That's one of the things that I like about them. I'm not that original musically, and I hear something I like, and I go, oh, I want to write my version of Free Fallin', or I want to write my version of this or that. So this one has a slightly original lyrics, let's just say. Sorry. I tried, you tried, we tried, everybody tries, and if only are some sad two-word poems. I lied, you lied, we lied, everybody lies, and if only are some sad two-word poems. I wrote them all for you. I think they're mostly true. Cried, you cried, we cried, everybody cries, and if only are some sad two-word poems. I lost, you lost, we lost, everybody loses, and if only are some sad two-word poems. I wrote them all for you. I know they're kind of blue. Take care, be well, I'm gone, and if only are some sad two-word poems. I wrote them all for you, almost the least that I could do. I think they're mostly true.
All right, Gene.
All right, very nice.
Mostly true, huh? Mostly true.
Some sad two-word poems. So the whole song is a collection of two-word poems. So that I thought was a little original. But so nice. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let me reconfigure myself. And
good sound.
Reconfigure yourself.
Really nice.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd like to reconfigure myself.
Margery, are you ready?
Oh, okay.
I've been sending you chat messages, but they weren't received.
She's been ignoring your chats? Is that what this is all about? Has it come down to that, Steve?
Okay, well.
Can you move your camera down so we can see you
a
little bit?
Oh, gosh.
I was standing. Okay, let's see. Wait, but I will. I was standing up. My stool is uncomfortable after a while, but I was standing up to dance to Gene's and other songs. Just way to give a little bit of exercise and enjoy it too. So yeah, I really enjoyed those songs. So this one's kind of a sad song. It's about my mom and a couple other friends who, last part of their lives. So anyway. Wait a minute, let me get a little bit away from the stool here. How's the sound? Is that okay? Okay. Sometimes your blue eyes are as sad as they come. Never know when you're here or when you are gone. Thing moved. Sorry. I don't have an intro. I'm sorry. Okay. Sometimes your blue eyes are as sad as they come. Never know when you're here or when they are gone. I know they have hurt you, and they're still living here, ready to hurt you, and they aren't anywhere. Ready to hurt you, but they aren't anywhere. So hard to be with evil cluttered throughout. You trip on your sculptures on your home that's gone south. The cats are independent and they give you love. They do not judge. They give you love. But sometimes you go so far away. I can't retrieve you, and I can't play the wheelchair in your room are simple and straight. But sometimes you go so far away. Must be hard to know you truly have little time. You're forced to grow slow and you can't spend a dime. You used to be hostile, a fighter it seems. Now you're a fighter only in your dreams. But sometimes you go so far away, I can't retrieve you, and I can't play the wheelchair in your room are as simple and straight. But sometimes you go so far Sometimes you go so far away, I can't retrieve you, and I can't blame. You turn your room out simple and straight, but sometimes you go so far away, so far away. I should thank you.
All
I should
right.
explain that my mom was a little paranoid too. So
A little paranoid?
yeah,
Like the room just to judge you.
yeah, it was.
You have a terrible hum, Gene.
Oh, sorry.
I thought maybe you were, trying to make crowd noise or something.
No, it's just my fan. My room is kind of hot, so when I'm muted, I turn the fan on, and then sometimes I'm a little lagged there. So sorry.
That's all right, but at least I have fans.
Yeah, exactly. My fans blow.
So I'd like to see the lyrics on that song so I could understand the story a little bit better.
Can I email it to you?
Sure.
It's more of description than a story. But anyway, yeah. I could email it down the whole thing. I could just send it via Mitch if you want.
If you're,
Okay.
I think you're just sending your email to the Southern Oregon Songwriter General address, and that's fine. I see it.
Okay, all right. Okay, the next one I wrote when I was working, and you could probably figure that out, because the title is "What's Foremost in My Mind Right Now Is Sleep."
What were you working at?
I was working for the state of California, and I was auditing counties, and that's how I found Ashland, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, because
You were an auditor.
yeah, I was a
gig,
program
man.
auditor for social services.
Okay.
And I had a financial background, but also, anyway, so social services background. So in Siskiyou County, they said, why don't you go up, after work sometime, like take your check out in the motel and then go up. It only takes an hour to get to Ashland. You can get into a play in a weekday, single person, because someone's always trying to get rid of tickets, and then stay at the hostel, and then do a chore while you're before the play, and then come back in the morning. So that's what I did. I love this place. So yeah. Anyway, it reminded me of Susanville, not because of the convicts, because there's a prison in Susanville, but the pines on one side and the Golden Hills on the other, and lots of other stuff. Anyway, so what's foremost in my mind right now is sleep. What's foremost in my mind right now is sleep. And I don't care about those promises you want me to keep. We're living together, it's true. But lately all my spare time goes to see you. What's foremost in my mind right now is sleep. They say that love takes work. They say the same about friendship too. But I already work more than 9 to 5. But the traffic time and
figure that I'm your only rescue. Some people drown no matter what they go through. Some lovers scintillating, some love suffocating. I'm not sure of which will come from you. It's almost my mind right now is asleep. I don't care about those promises you want me to keep. We're living together, it's true. But lately all my spare time goes to see what's foremost. My mind right now is asleep. What's foremost? My mind right now is asleep. What's foremost in my mind right now is sleep.
Where'd that last chord come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of maybe just ending it right now and then just like.
Yeah.
Well, it was good because the first song, like the ending of the first song, then set that up for the second one to be like really effective. Because the first song you ended was like hitting that high note so beautifully, and it was all like really dramatic. And then the second song, the ending is like that. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of ending up high, and then I thought, no, I better go to sleep. I thought of maybe ending it with a snore too. I don't know.
That's like a fleshed out version of "I'm So Tired" by John Lennon.
Oh, I don't know if I've heard that one.
I'm so tired, I haven't slept a wink. You haven't heard that one?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, why not? I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But you got a love song, you got a love story in there. That was interesting. That was cool.
Yeah.
But first, I gotta sleep.
Yeah. Well, it 8 hours, 9 hours really after a commute. It's really takes away from time from the people you love and what else you want to do.
No kidding.
And getting through the routines of life, keeping
I can
things
relate.
organized. Anyway, thanks.
Very good. Very good. What kind of guitar are you playing?
This is the one I've been playing. It's my Epiphone, my Epiphone, Gibson. It doesn't mention Gibson anywhere, but I assume it's a Gibson Epiphone. I got it at about 2/0. Oh God, time flies. I think I got it about. Oh shit. About 20 years ago. Actually, my husband got it. I fiddled around with a guitar store fairly close to where we lived, and I really liked it. And it was cheap for the time, so he got it for my birthday. And it's bird's eye maple.
One of those oval shaped sound hole.
Yeah, and and it's thin, which my back was hurting, and
that starts to matter. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's thin and light, and
love light
really
guitars.
Yeah.
I played a Civil War parlor guitar one time, Civil War era. I swear to God, this guitar was so light. I felt like if I just let go of it, it would just float to the ground. It was, the wood was, seriously, 1860s. It had a beautifully warm tone. And if you guys ever visit that, it's a music store, like a stereo store, a guitar store in Grants Pass.
No.
I think it's Grants Pass. It's like, they sell stereo equipment on one side. And then the guy's mom has this little guitar shop. I don't know if she's still living. She was an older woman, and she had bought like guitars her whole life, and she had bought and sold guitars. She showed me like the original Gibson electric guitar, and the guy had even had the receipt for it. Like I think he had bought it from her when it was new, and then he years and years later sold it as a collectible with the original vacuum tube amp that it came with. I mean, worth tens of thousands of dollars. And I said, "Can I play that one?" And she said, "Do you want to buy it?" And she was cantankerous. I said, "Well, I don't know. I got to play it." And she goes, "Well, it's it's $7,000 or something." And I said, "Well, no, I'm not going to buy it, but I promise you I won't hurt it. I would love to hear what it sounds like." And she said, "Okay, it's from 1866. And I just was like, oh, it was like gold, and it was so light. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. I went into the same store and had the same experience with a Kamaka ukulele that she had on the wall. She didn't want to let me touch it either.
She was hilarious, really a character, like a real character, like the old-fashioned storekeeper that was not just trying to please every single person on earth, just like,
Sounds like a great salesman to me.
There was a woman in Sacramento.
It was a personal,
Yeah. There was a woman in Sacramento who had wonderful antiques, never wanted to sell a thing. She just wanted to show it off, if you ever see an old Sears Roebuck guitar, it may sound really good.
Cool.
What? You're yelling. Oh, am I yelling?
Not from here.
Oh, okay. See.
You're
Hi, Steve. What you got for us?
I haven't. I've been just playing around with some of the regular songs I do, and I'm getting a little tired of the same arrangements. So I picked up the 12-string today and started messing around with it. I took the pickup system out of this one because in my regular playing Gibson it failed, and this one had an identical system. So I just took it out of this one and put it back in the Gibson. So this one's not wired up anymore.
Wow.
But I hardly ever play it anyway. But what I discovered is messing around with it today, I'm under this ceiling fan and I get this kind of Leslie speaker effect, and it's really, really cool. So I thought I'd just play a couple of my regular songs with the 12-string and see how it turns out. Does that sound like a 12-string? I bought this, I think in 1978 or 79, I think, 79, from a guitar store, Troubadour Music in Corvallis, Oregon, from a guy named Kent Buys. And he said, "Oh, you're living in Eastern Oregon. I need to hand select one for you that's going to tolerate the dry climate over there." So I waited several weeks, and pretty soon a package showed up from UPS, and it was this guitar. Now, 25 years later, I hadn't seen Kent Buys. He went on some spiritual journey in Arizona or something, and I heard he came back, and I went back to his store, walked in, and he says, "How's that 12-string?" It had been dry as a Southern Baptist picnic. I heard the sound of thunder. Lightning hit the ground. I noticed clouds billow on the horizon. I knew the fires would soon choke us with smoke. The sky grew dark as clouds blocked out the sunlight. Our lungs burned, our eyes were full of tears. We prayed for help to intervene and save us. Our hopes and dreams seemed out of our control. The sunset is early on your side of the mountain. The sun rises later on my side of the hill. Can we believe that whatever is against us, together we share the same sky? A sudden cloud burst saved the day completely. The feral smell of pavement after hot summer rain, we pull together to help one another. We must remember we share the same sky. The sunset is early on your side of the mountain. The sun rises later on my side of the hill. Can we believe that whatever is against us, together we share the same sky? Together we share the same sky. Got your fan on.
I know. I just turned it on, dude. Just unmuted.
That was kind of new Christie minstrels, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also very Hawaiian sounding to me.
Really?
Oh, very, very much. It has an island sound.
Yeah.
The rhythm of it is very Polynesian to me.
That's probably more my style than the instrument, but
Yeah. Guitar sounds great.
Yeah. Guitar sounds really nice.
The same sky. It's very, very, very nice song.
thank you.
It sounds kind of like chorusy a little bit. It's really nice. Yeah.
It's about the least ironic song I've heard all year.
Least
really.
ironic?
Yeah, it's just totally sweet and positive and forward. It's just laying it out there. You know, it's not clever and cynical or ironic or winky at you at all. There's no layers to it. I really like that about it.
That's the one I entered into the Tiny Desk contest, and I get updates, not to me personally, but hey, the judges have picked their 5 favorite ones for the week.
Yeah, have you seen those?
I look through them, and it's all the same kind of groups. I mean, young guys that are doing
have
hip-hop
one
stuff,
name,
yeah.
one name, ethnic. And I told you way back when we first signed up. I said, "There's no way an old white guy with a guitar is even going to place." They went, "Oh, that's nice." Now listen to Utueto, and it's like that's just their preference. I don't care. Everybody's got a preference, but that's theirs.
You'd think maybe once they would, play
Yeah,
or something. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, if you notice, if you count your view totals, like when you post videos,
yeah,
when you post one, you'll get more views for the ones that you enter in Tiny Desk. More people see it. More people think, "Oh, what did he enter?" And that's why I do it, just to get the song out a little further.
Well, mine trended, and it hit, like 174. So.
Sweet, wow.
My mom was probably 10 of those, but.
While you play your next song, I'm gonna go see how many mine got.
It's not a contest, Gene.
I know. I'm just curious. I'm just actually curious.
Yes, it is a contest.
I haven't. Hilarious.
My mom can beat your mom.
I think I gotta get my name out and sign up with some Russian what do they call it? The Russian, the ones where
Bot?
they hit you, bots, or
Yeah,
where they hit them a bunch of times.
Well, they have
All
them
right.
everywhere. It's not just Russia, for sure. They're like.
Oh yeah, Chinese bot, everybody out. Anyway,
Well, here also.
congratulations, though. That's pretty impressive. 174.
Yeah, that's great, Steve. That's work. Cool.
All right,
Yeah. Is that viral?
all right, I got a total for you. Hang
It's all
on one sec,
relative.
Steve.
It's all relative.
One moment. Oh, I got 138.
All right.
Sweet. No, seriously. I very rarely do I get to 3 digits. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But that one always gets a little more, so that's why I do it.
Yeah. It was a good song. All right.
All right.
I'll do my last one. I've been working on this America song, and I did it, performed it. I performed it several weeks ago at Jacksonville, and I forgot all the words. So I'll try it again. America, do you remember me? I have to admit I sometimes forget we're not who we used to be. Do you remember me? America, who are you? Something's changed, things seem deranged. Is there something we can do? America, who are you? We used to say the Pledge of Allegiance before each school day would start. Voices sing America the beautiful, proudly with our hands on our hearts. America, where did you go? I don't see you here, there's so much fear. Where did you go? I want to know. I feel lost and insecure. What I once believed, I'm now unsure. Is this country still my home? Is this country still my home? America, how do you feel? Will your suffering end? Will you be strong again? How do you feel? How will you heal? Are you still the land of the free? Land of the free. There you go.
I like that.
I do too. I do too.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Got your fan on?
Oh, sick. God, I forget it just because I have the headphones on. I don't. I have to do it by the feel on my skin. Sorry about that.
All right. Thanks a lot. That was my contribution.
That sounded great. Both of those. It's nice. The 12 string was good. That was a good choice, I think.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've been messing around. Last Sunday when I played at Jacksonville, Gus backed me up on the keyboard, and I really appreciate it. It sounded great. And the last song we did together was On the Road to Inner Sanctum, and I've been puzzled over how to do that song in a live environment. And so I decided to play bass guitar. And,
That was good. I saw that.
and it turned out really good. And Gus did a great job filling it in the back and taking a nice little fill. It was really cool. So that's how we're going to do that in the future, is the bass guitar. But
cool.
Playing around with different instruments sure gives me a different perspective on the songs. It gives it a whole different feel.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like if you're like if you're like recording something and you go through and you have to like do the beat and then do the bass and then do the piano and then do the rhythm guitar and then do the lead guitar, you know, whatever, all that kind of jazz. It's like each one is like a completely different journey through the song while you're playing it. It's, you know, it's like a different thing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because
even just the second guitar part, if you're really tuned into it, it's a different intervals. And hey, I just wanted to say one last thing and to encourage everybody to enter the NPR contest just for the views alone, because I just checked I did 2 songs that I thought might be ones to enter. One I entered and the other one I just posted as an alternate, you know, and the alternate got 58 views so far and the one I submitted got 138. So I mean, it's not a huge, I mean, in the YouTube world that's all 0, but proportionally, when you think that's 80 more views for just because it was NPR and I submitted it to that. So some of that is the NPR people listening, maybe at various levels. It might not be just the contest. Maybe the local NPR stations want to know who from Oregon entered or whatever, and then your friends maybe you pay a little more attention to it because of that. But you know, if you have a lot of followers, that same amount of increase would be a huge, substantial amount of views. Percentage-wise, it's huge. It's over twice as many. So I recommend entering next year, even if your name isn't, you know, La Soto, and you play, you know, like a didgeridoo on a corner somewhere, you know, whatever. So it doesn't matter. Just get your shit out there.
Hey, Fritjof.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right.
Hey, let me ask you something before we go any further. Is Fritjof your first or last name? And do you want us to call you Fritjof or Doug?
Yeah, Fritjof. It gets like, depends which email I'm using. I flip them back and forth for different things, but it's just Fritjof. So,
Fritjof. Fritjof. It's like if you had a smart refrigerator and you wanted to turn it off through a voice activating command.
Kind of like that.
Fritjof. Except with a T.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
Alexa.
All right, so I'm gonna get set up here. I got 2 songs. One is on the piano, which I've been both of them I wrote on the piano, which has been a like super cool and interesting experience. And it just helps me because like the hardest thing for me is the vocal. So like playing the piano, I found is like, I don't know, it's a way different way of writing a song, and it helps me so much with the vocals, really. And then the second one is with like a bunch of tracks on it, and like a bunch of piano tracks and bass and slide guitar, which took forever because I can't actually play slide, and whatnot. And then it's also this was like a really quick song, but I wanted to use this beat and I had to do it halftime. So it was also, that was another interesting thing, was like taking a song and putting it into halftime also makes it seem like a different song. So I'm going to turn on the reverb, but also this song obviously is like a Charlie Watts thing. So. Goodbye, my love, my family and friends. Looks like I might never get to see you again, 'cause I can't breathe. There could be so many reasons why. All gold and money and time, out of both, they left me here to die.
across the sea. I landed in a spot, they put me in a box, called me a refugee, and now it's so many long years later, and I still can't find a place. But the hurricane said, well, you don't need, can never be taken away. Now I got no more home, no love, no family, friend. I walk among strangers and the strangeness never ends. Well, anytime you hear about a bad man dying, you know I've been around. 'Cause I like to watch and to hear the sound of another devil coming on down to me. Yeah. They get off the boat, ring my bell. I open up the door and I wait on them ahead. So buried me deep and thought they were done with me. Mama broke me down, touched the sun with me. I lit the fire, smoke in your eye. You can try to hide, but you'll never outrun me. You'll never outrun me. All right, so there's that one.
All right, man.
See what you mean about the Watts thing.
Very rhythmic.
And this is guitar G, and your fan seriously is on this.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. Damn.
Gene and his fan.
I just have to remember to do them in a different order. I'll get it.
Somehow it's acoustically coupled to your microphone.
It's right next to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's acoustic coupling. Yeah.
Mic is here, fan is here. It's like there. Also, in order to... I've got my mic maxed in order to be this far away from me and still just talk. So
I got you.
Anything.
Oh, yeah, that makes it...
Motors. Motors are amazingly sound producing.
They are. They are. Microphones have no filters, you know.
Oh, yeah. Turn that mic on also. Let's see. Hey. All right, song number 2. Here we go. Without a care, I let it all go. With a plan full of hope, walked through that door. Thought I was free, thought I was so strong. But I let myself astray, yeah, I did myself wrong. Now I'm lost, I'm a foolish stranger. I wandered too far past my way home. Yeah, I crossed it off the map, 'cause even if I wanted, I could never go back. It's easy to walk away once everything's gone.
Well, I guess you know. Well, I should have been scared. If you reap what you sow, if life is fair, I got a debt I can't pay. Well, I don't believe in anymore. I'll follow the wind wherever it blows, 'cause it always leads back again. Now I'm stuck in a place like this. Well, I can't pretend I'm sitting in the sun while I'm waiting for the dawn, smoke my last cigarette, drop it down to the bottom of the bottle with my last 2 cent chats. You walk away once everything's gone. Well, someday I know that the wind won't blow. Drop a seed, watch it grow, but tonight I'm back out on that long, dark road. I leave a little piece of me everywhere I go. When I'm traveling east to see the sunrise, out west to watch it set, I'm headed down south to warm my bones up north to let them rest.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. See, I did it that time. No fan. Hey.
No fan for me.
My mom has left the building.
That was nice. That was really nice.
Yeah, that had a great groove.
Yeah.
Good.
Both of them. And the lyrics were really pretty cool, too.
Thank you. Yeah, I like doing the
Relatable.
beat and stuff because it helps me so much with the lyrics, like the delivery, getting it like just like the meter and the rhythm like locked into that is like so helpful. Just doing that with the piano has been like the best tool for me, and I wish I wasn't so stubborn and didn't do it until I was like over 50, and you know, but better late than never, I guess, for sure.
All right.
Are you over
Yeah,
50?
definitely. We can't see you, so you could be 14. I don't know. You could be some Russian girl.
It totally.
You never know. You never know.
Not anymore, you don't know. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Hey,
Guys,
so
what'd you do? You turned around now.
oh no, I'm over here. See,
I'm over here, see?
I'm on camera number 2. You know.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Woo! Fancy schmancy.
Yeah, well, actually you can turn your iPhones into cameras with this program called IV Cam, and you can hook them all up to Zoom and then cut between the cameras as you want. And it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd get a stroke if I had tried to figure that out. So
I know. So I got this here tune that I had the lyrics for a long, long time ago and put it aside because I just couldn't. It just didn't want to work at that time, and I ran across it while I was doing a search of my stuff and got it out this afternoon and said, well, maybe I can do it using some of the new stuff I'd learned. So this is a straight up blues tune in C. How's that piano sound? He's a great white hunter. 2 weeks out of the year. He's a great white hunter. Thinks he's gonna shoot a deer. He's been down to the gun shop, got $1,000 toy. He's been down to the tavern, swapping stories with the boy. Now he's out in the bushes making all that noise. Oh, a great white hunter is he. They're all great white hunters. Thousands of Daniel Boone. They're all great white hunter. I'm giving them lots of room. They got walkie-talkies with them. They're wide up with sound. They're telling jokes on them because there's no deer around. Oh, they'll probably get a forked horn, about $50 a pound. Oh, great white hunters are they. He's a great white hunter, checking out the chicks at the bar. He's a great white hunter, a kind of smile can get you far. But gals can see him coming, and they can smell the great white shark. So he'll probably come up empty, go home in the dark, and he's gonna be alone again. In the dark, oh, a great white hunter is he. She's a great white hunter, packing her cannons with pride. She's a great white hunter, looking for just the right guy. She knows all the stats about all the local teams. She knows 140 ways to make better tasting beans. She knows how to listen when a man tells him his dreams. Oh, great white hunter, she. Oh, great white hunter is she. Oh, great white hunter is she.
Your mic's a little hot, Gus.
Yeah.
The what?
Your mic's a
Your
little
mic's
hot.
hot a little bit.
Mike's hot.
Well, the
But
song
the
was
piano
hot,
is
too.
perfect.
Yeah. And your voice, you have a perfect blues voice. It was
Yeah, that
good.
sounded
Really
great.
good.
Well, that's because what I wanted to talk with you guys about is this. We had a member, Robert Lauder, years ago that sent me this this thing that I've come to find out it's got a couple of different versions out there on the internet, but it's called How to Sing the Blues. And let me switch my camera back over here to this side. There we go. So this is How to Sing the Blues. First thing, most blues began with woke up this morning. I read a good book is a bad way to start the blues unless you stick something nasty in the next line. Like, I read a good book that I stole from the meanest dog in town. 3, blues are simple. After you have that first line right, repeat it. Then find something that rhymes. Sort of. I read a good book that I stole from the meanest dog in town. He got teeth like Margaret Thatcher, and he weighed about 500 pounds.
Teeth like Margaret Thatcher. Oh, that's a great line.
The blues are not about limitless choices, okay? The best thing is, don't know what to do. Okay. when you're talking about transportation, you have to be really careful in the blues. Blues cars are Chevys and Cadillacs. Other acceptable blues transportation is a Greyhound bus or a southbound train.
Southbound train, not a Prius.
Walking plays a major part in the blues lifestyle. Okay.
Walking to New Orleans.
So does Fixin' to Die. Teenagers can't sing the blues. Adults sing the blues. Blues adulthood means you're old enough to get the electric chair if you shoot a man in Memphis. You can have the blues in New York City, but not in Brooklyn or Queens. Hard times in Vermont or North Dakota are just a depression.
Hard times in Connecticut. Oh.
Chicago, St. Louis, and Kansas City are still the best places to have the blues. The following colors do not belong in the blues: violet, beige, or mauve. You can't have the blues in an office or a shopping mall. The lighting is wrong. Good places for the blues: the highway, the jailhouse, the empty bed, and down by the tracks.
Down by the tracks.
Bad places for the blues are ashrams, gallery openings, weekend in the Hamptons, and brew pubs.
Rodeo Drive.
Oh, man.
No one will believe it's the blues if you wear a suit, unless you happen to be an old man with a limp, because a mean old dog with teeth like Margaret Thatcher bit you when you tried to shoot a man from Memphis driving a Cadillac or a broken down Chevy, or because the mean old dog found you with the book you stole and didn't know what else to do.
Wow. I've got a literally printed up thing of rules of the blues. And it's similar to that, but yes. It's also different.
Yes,
I'll have to check it out. It's funny too, but similar message. Yeah.
I found another version of this on the internet that's very similar, but not laid out quite as 11, 12, 13. You know, it's like
and it comes to a head with all the lyrics come together at the end. Yeah.
But it's very, very similar. 12. Do you have the right to sing the blues?
Do you have the right?
Yes, if your first name is the Southern State.
Yeah.
You're blind, or you shot a man in Memphis.
You're blind automatically.
No, if you were once blind and now can see.
That's gospel. That's not blues.
If you're deaf, if you have a trust fund, if you have overdue books, unless you've lost them in New Orleans and don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. Right. Have you ever heard Martin Mull's Suburban Blues?
No.
It starts, woke up this afternoon and both the cars were gone. I got so upset I threw my drink across the lawn. That's how it starts. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Suburban Blues. Yeah.
Suburban. I'll get to go visit that. Martin had his moments there.
He
was pretty hot in that.
He had some great moments.
So if you ask for water and baby gives you gasoline, it's the blues. And other blues beverages are wine, Irish whiskey, and muddy water. Wine, you can have wine.
Yeah, especially if it's rotgut and brewed
cheap wine.
In West Virginia. Yeah, illegal.
Yes. So and finally, some blues names for women: Sadie, Big Mama, Bessie, or Sal. And for men, Joe, Willie, Lil Willie, and Lightning. And people with names like Sierra or Sequoia will not be permitted to sing. No matter how many men they shoot in Memphis.
Sequoia.
Sequoia.
No, that's not going to work.
Now, there are other versions of that out there, and some of them go into different detail and have different examples.
Yes, different examples, right. That's what mine had,
Yeah. I thought it was fun, so I do it.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Cool. I just watched
Fixin'
this
to Die.
documentary on Howlin' Wolf, and it was super interesting because, like, he, you know, like, grew up in Mississippi and, like, was, like, around a lot of the, like, really old dudes, like Charlie Patton and Robert Johnson and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But it had great footage in there, but it had interviews with Son House, which was, like, amazing, and it had, like, footage of, like, Blind Lemon Jefferson and, like, Son House coming back up to Chicago and all this stuff. But anyway, what was interesting, it was asking all those old dudes, like, what's the blues? And so it was like Son House, Lightning Hopkins, you know, Howlin' Wolf, of course, and everything, like, saying what it meant to them. And
very
it
cool.
was, like, interesting. And I would recommend checking it out because just the video they have is insane. Like, of, like, shows from Howlin' Wolf and, like, you know, the 50s in Chicago and stuff. It's like incredible.
Did you see the movie Under the Influence on Netflix? It's about Keith Richards. It's about the making of a Keith Richards solo album, but within the movie, they tell Keith Richards' sort of biography, and they at one point they're in a pool hall somewhere, and Buddy Guy and Keith and guys are playing pool, and somebody asks Muddy Waters, he goes, hey, can white people play the blues? And he goes, sure. He goes, anybody can play the blues. He said, blues is about hard times. And if you haven't had any hard times yet, just keep living. So I like that. Just keep living, they'll come. And, you know, that's the greatest definition I've heard so far. Or the pleasure of being sad, or expressing sadness has something to do with the blues. A song that's just sad, just plain sad. Most blues songs are not just plain sad. There's a pleasure in it, in expressing it, something releasing in it. It's not whining. Country music is more whiny than the blues, actually.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Well, they were very similar originally. Like, they came out of the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I know. I like country blues the best, really. It's my favorite. I mean, I love Chicago blues sound, too, but I really love the old country acoustic stuff, man. Some of the rhythms that frickin' Robert Johnson played, man, his right hand is just... his sense of rhythm is really eccentric. That's really unusual. Yeah, I know. You just have to listen to it, let it resonate with you, and then just play your own thing. Just let it affect you. It's not something you can copy.
He probably never played it the same way twice anyway, I reckon, also.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's something about the singers of that era where, like, fame, the way we know it, it didn't even conceive of it.
Right.
I mean, like, they would be lucky to get a meal at a roadhouse and keep their body and soul together. I mean, they were playing on porches, they were playing on stoops and railroad stations and playing for change, and every once in a while a roadhouse, or, you know, these little, like, Elvis hadn't happened, you know, like the Beatles, I mean, even Sinatra, that was in the 40s. So, like,
yeah, but like some of those guys sold a lot of records, but like
I'm talking about before. I'm talking about before the, you know, the guys who were old when they even started making records. When you first started making those recordings, field recordings, and the early blues recordings, there's a quality in their voice that you don't hear in singers anymore. Because singers are all aware of their audience now, and they're all aware of the potential for fame, and most of them are actively seeking it. It's a different biological state to sing from than I'm feeling this way, and this is the way I can get it out of my system, and maybe it'll help you too, kind of feeling. I just love that sound of those singers. It's disappearing. People imitate it, of course. People do all the mannerisms of all those things, but to actually sing from the whole soul the way the early singers did, before there was so much narcissism and ego involved in the whole pursuit, is I think I don't know if that'll ever come back. We're too self-aware to do it now. So anyway, just a thought. But I do love it, and I like a funny blues song. I that's one of my favorite things, is a modern funny blues song that's not trying to be some old grizzled dude sitting in a shack. It's you're saying, yeah, I'm a middle-aged white guy, and I like these chords, and I like these things, and I just want to. I've got my Praying Mantis blues song and my Beijing blues song, and they're all funny. They start off funny, Woke up this morning and half my head was gone. That's the Praying Mantis song. It's like, it's fun. I love doing that stuff. It's really fun. I don't have to be a different kind of blues singer than I am. So.
You got another song, Gus? Are you gonna flip over to the other side?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh.
Does anybody else want to do one more song?
I could do another one if you want to hear one. If everybody's tired and wants to take off, I don't care either way. I mean, I'm good either way.
Well, I'm tired and want to take off.
All right. No worries.
Now it's time to say goodnight.
Now it's time to.
I'm all right.
So,
it's
been a good evening. Thanks for showing up. Let's see.
We'll invite some friends.
We're going to invite some friends, and then we'll
second
have
Friday.
Second Friday night, and then the fourth Friday. And Gene, you'll handle that one.
I'll take that one. One quick question. Are we only inviting people that are songwriters, inviting them to come and share a song or two with us, or are we inviting appreciators who could just come and listen and participate, or someone who might want to be a songwriter, or someone who's thinking about it but doesn't actually have something to share?
Audiences are good.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fine too. Okay, great.
Probably the more the merrier, but I think probably in the long run they're going to want to stick around if they're songwriters, and if they're not that interested, they'll go away.
Okay, well, I'll just look for people that I think would enjoy this, on either as a participant or as a listener, and I'm not going to invite the world. I'm gonna try to invite 4 or 5 people and just see if I can get one or two.
I don't know if any of you are interested in the Ollie program at SOU, but their enrollment ends on the 31st of August for the fall semester, or whatever it is, and they've got a songwriting class. The same teacher I took last winter.
Oh.
I'm not going to take his class again.
Is it on Zoom?
Everything was planned to be in class, so I didn't sign up for anything because I didn't want to go. I didn't drive to Ashland and go to a class for an hour. But since COVID, they've made everything on Zoom, so it's all online now.
Okay.
And so they've got the songwriting class. It's full, so I guess that's not an option.
Wow, who are these people?
They're limited to 8.
Who are they though? We should have them here. We should try to get.
Yeah.
We need to poach that class. Someone needs to go. Someone. Steve, you didn't poach enough when you were over there.
Yeah.
Steve, you didn't poach enough when you were over there. You should have been. Every time you should have said, "Well, here's something I've been working on, which I share regularly with the Southern Oregon Songwriters open mic."
Yeah.
Point the finger, Gene. Anyway, I signed up for the Songs of Leonard Cohen because, all these years I am not that familiar with Leonard Cohen.
Oh man, that'll open up your songwriting, dude. He's amazing. He's not amazing melodist, but an amazing lyricist. Who's teaching that one?
Dennis Carrera, the same guy that teaches the songwriting course.
I never heard of him.
He's only been in the Valley 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I think
okay.
on the East Coast. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Is he an older guy?
70.
Okay,
so
yeah.
he doesn't look it. He's a nice guy. He's
cool.
Actually had his poetry on the Garrison Keillor show.
Oh man, he should come here and share something.
Yeah, I sent him an invite, but
Right.
I don't know what's going on in his life, so he can only do so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, you'll take it for Fourth Friday in September. I've actually got a gig, so I'm going to be out.
Woohoo! Awesome.
For fun and profit. Yeah.
So where at?
Oh, it's at Brookdale retirement facility. They're having a big deal, and it's a Hawaiian luau. So,
great.
My wife and I are going to be playing Hawaiian music. Yeah.
Sweet. If that gets canceled and you want to take over again, you let me know.
Is that Brookdale or the Maple Ridge? In Ashland?
It's in Medford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there was a Brookdale here in Ashland, but they changed their name.
Yeah, this is just west of, or east, I guess, of the hospital.
Ah, okay.
Up Barnett Road, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
So
good luck.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, they'll be entertained.
It'll
No
be
wonder
fun.
you sound Hawaiian.
Well, I don't know if that's the case, but I've heard a lot of different types of music, so that's definitely an influence.
Yeah, remember Jack that would come usually when we had it in the coffee shop?
Yeah, actually, Jack is the one that recommended they hire me. So,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Jack Fisher?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like Jack. I saw him for the first time at Steve Lindley's memorial thing. I hadn't seen him in person in probably 2 years. Yeah.
He's playing all over the place with.
Yeah, I see the invites and stuff, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not right now. Not now. I'm not scared of dying of COVID. I don't want that long COVID. I don't want.
I'm glad you got your vaccine. A month and a half ago, you were, I don't need it. I don't go out. Well, here you are.
I was low risk, but I decided to give it. Yeah. No. It just didn't feel right. I was on it. I just didn't. It just didn't. I waited till it felt right, and now, even if I died from this vaccine tomorrow, I would feel. I wouldn't have any regrets whatsoever. I do what feels right, and I wait till it feels right. That's how I do all my medical stuff. And for 64, I'm in good shape. So far, so good.
And, who gets your guitar?
I'm not sure about that one. Probably I would start with my wife, and then she'd have to figure out what to do with it.
I'll put a price tag on it for her.
If we're going to have people who are in that are not going to play, but then people who are in that are going to play, should we do a sign-up list for slots to play? Like on the chat or something?
Well,
we'll make sure we understand whether somebody is, like Larry was just listening this evening, or wants to perform.
Yeah, I would tend to ask everybody at the very beginning and just say, okay, let's figure out an order. Who wants to go first? Who wants, and just, just figure it out, because trying to do some kind of voluntary where the person signs up themselves, it can get kind of confusing. So we'll Gus and I'll hack it. We'll hack through the underbrush until we get to a list.
It'll be fine. It'll be. I don't.
Yeah.
You may get 2 or 3 new people, but it'll be manageable. It won't be. You're not going to get overrun.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know. I think I'll put a link to it out on a couple of really popular porn sites.
That'll be great. You'll just see someone that's just be going like their ass. What kind of open mic is this?
I think the category on RedTube would be dirty songs.
Dirty songs, exactly. My stepsister is a song. Oh, anyway. All right. So
good night,
I'll
everybody.
see all you guys later. Take care. Thanks for everything. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Bye.